Chinese salvagers have begun to right an upturned ship on which more than 400 people are thought to have died. The Eastern Star sank in the Yangtze River on Tuesday after being caught in what was said to be a freak storm. Just 14 of the 456 mostly elderly passengers are known to have survived the accident, which looks likely to be China's worst boat disaster in decades. The beginning of the operation to right the stricken ship seemed to signal the end of hopes of finding more survivors. Rescue workers on the upturned hull, which was just barely visible over the brown waters of the Yangtze, were towered over by two cranes. Hooks were welded onto the ship and a net stretched around the entire structure in preparation for lifting it. As the ship is righted, the focus of emergency workers at the site in Jianli, Hubei province will switch from attempting to find survivors to searching the ship's 150 cabins for bodies. About 80 bodies have so far been recovered, some after 3 holes were cut into the vessel's upturned hull. The holes were later welded closed in order to preserve the ship's buoyancy. Chinese President Xi Jinping promised a thorough investigation into the cause of the disaster, after angry relatives protested at the scene. Authorities tightly controlled access to the site, leading family members and journalists to complain about a lack of information. Most of the 14 people known to have survived jumped from the ship as it began to sink. 3 were rescued by divers from air pockets in the upturned hull. The cause of the sinking is not yet known, but survivors have spoken of an intense storm which flipped the boat over in minutes. The captain and chief engineer, who were among those who escaped, have since been detained. Maritime agency records showed the ship was investigated for safety violations 2 years ago. It was held alongside 5 other vessels in 2013 over safety concerns. China's deadliest maritime disaster in recent decades was in November 1999, when the Dashun ferry caught fire and capsized in the sea off Shandong province, killing about 280. The Eastern Star could become China's deadliest boat accident since the SS Qianzhou sank off Shanghai in 1948, killing somewhere between 2,750 and 4,000 people.